Hey there, friends and fans! Welcome to episode 28 of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix HD. On behalf of the KH Wiki, this is Grandmaster Arcturus, here with Newmans.
Hello, peoples.
Today's episode takes us to a couple of special battles, one in Neverland and one in the Colosseum.
Are we finally fighting Peter Pan?
Yes!
Yes! Finally. Waited ages for this.
We're gonna slap him a whole bunch with my key.
He needs a good key slapping. And we can no longer get into the tower.
Now I wonder why that could be.
No idea. Can't possibly figure it out. Complete mystery.
Indeed. Now there is a couple of preparations you need to do for this boss fight. Namely, get the heck rid of Donald.
Yep. Completely pointless in this one.
Indeed. Second thing you need to do, stock up on ethers or elixirs. As you can see, I've got everybody's kitted out with ethers and elixirs, and nobody is using magic abilities. That means both Goofy and Peter Pan don't have their abilities that use MP. Except for Goofy's MP gift. That's the only one that he has, but that's because it basically takes MP from him and gives it to me.
I was going to say, Goofy still has one useful one.
Yep. And you have to have, whether or not you put Donald on your party, you have to have Peter Pan in your party because he's the only one who's able to talk to Tink. Still, just to make things easier, it would probably be best if you just have Pete and Goofy.
Now this would be a great time to go sightseeing.
Indeed. And you'll see that I'm using the Lady Luck Keyblade. Now it is possible to have to come back and do this after you've gotten the Ultima weapon, which means you would have had to do the Phantom fight after you've gone to the final world and explored it. And it would be easier to do. That would mean this fight would be a little bit easier with the Ultima weapon, but the Lady Luck's still pretty good. It's about the second best.
Yeah, Ultima Weapon's got a little bit of an edge with magic, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
And so it begins.
The entire idea of this battle is that it's basically a... also, another thing you want to take off of Sora is his combo abilities. Any ability that increases his combo length. Because the gimmick to this fight is you can see the balls that I'm hitting. They'll switch from either white. The color will be either white, blue, red, or yellow. White means you need to strike it with a physical attack. Red means you need to strike it with fire, with either fire, Fyra, or Faraga, whichever one you have. Yellow means you need to hit it with either Thunder, Thundara, or Thundaga. And then blue obviously means you need to hit it with either Blizzard, Blizzara, or Blizzaga, whichever you have.
Aren't you glad you said it? You worded it like that?
Yes. Then you'll also need stop magic for the hands on the clock tower because at the beginning of the battle, the Phantom here will cast Doom on one of the characters in the party, and it'll be either Donald or it'll be one of your allies first, and then as long as you stop the hands of the clock with stop magic, the Doom counter will not count down. But if you ever let it get away, it'll start counting down really quickly. So you always want to keep an eye on that and have stop magic handy.
Yeah, right now the counter's on Peter Pan. Once it counts down and knocks him out, then it would start on Goofy.
Yep.
And you can't revive them. So
nope. Once they're knocked out with the Doom magic, they are out of the battle for good. And since Peter and Goofy are your source of MP, basically, it's best to keep them alive as much as possible. And actually, the Phantom won't really go after them much. He'll go specifically after you. So as long as he can see you, so you really don't have to worry about them taking physical damage or damage of any kind unless unless the Phantom can't see you.
Well, they could still get in the way.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, he won't make it his mission to go after them unless he can't see you.
That's true. But, you know, those guys never do what you want. That was a good hit.
There is one combo-related ability that I would suggest you have, and it's Critical Plus. Have all the Critical Pluses on that you have, because those will increase the damage, increase the chance you'll get a critical hit whenever you strike the Phantom.
Yeah, even though you only get 1 or 2 hits before the heart changes color or disappears.
Exactly. Still, it's good to have the chance. Now, when you see him about to cast that, when you see him sitting there doing that, that means he's about to cast his pink heat-seeking worm attack, which basically is like a homing attack that seeks in on you and then does continuous damage over time. So you'll want to beware of that one too. And so when you see him start to cast that right over to the other side of the clock, that'll prevent the spell from launching at you, and it'll give you a chance to stop the clock.
That's true. You want to stop the clock regularly, just to make sure that it doesn't start up when you're in the middle of attacking, or when he's got you, run away. I don't know if I like the white color scheme.
Yeah, the original black color scheme was, I think, a little bit better, because I think it was actually
more appropriate.
Well, it's actually closer to his original, because the Phantom actually comes from a Neverland story.
Really?
Yes, it's in fact, I will look it up real quick, and
I think I remember that not being quite true. If I remember right, because I believe the story you're thinking of was written after Kingdom Hearts came out.
Well, no, but it's still a Peter Pan story. He comes from an original Peter Pan story.
Are you sure? This is yeah, you're gonna have to look this one up.
and so I am doing that right now.
Good man. It's nice that, unlike most Heartless, this guy has his heart pretty much on display. This is a really time-consuming battle just because you can't get more than a hit or two before the heart disappears.
It is, but
I mean, it's not necessarily hard as long as you're prepared, but it just takes a lot of back and forth. That's a little more than 1 bar left. And no one's died yet. So far, so good. Wait, who's got the elixirs?
I do.
You know, it's very nice that Neverland lets you use items while you're flying, because that's not really a normal mechanic.
Ah, yes, here it is. The book, the novel is called Peter and the Shadow Thieves. And the Phantom there is actually based on the character Lord Umbra.
When was that book released?
Let's see, July 2006.
Alright. I'm still pretty sure I'm right, but give me a minute here.
The author is Dave Barry, and...
I love Dave Barry. He is the best. He's hilarious. And Kingdom Hearts came out in America in 2002.
Oh, okay, so, well, I know that... Then it may be the other way around.
That would be really cool if it was. But I don't know whether there's any source, or official source about that. I hope Dave Barry plays Kingdom Hearts.
It's just, I know because Lord Umbra looks exactly like the Phantom.
I mean, it's a good, it's a good villain design.
In fact, if you look at that link I just dropped there, Newmans, you'll see that Lord Umbra is on the cover of the book, and he looks pretty much identical to the Phantom.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Thunder! Thunder! Heal! Thunder!
So yeah, it looks like Mr. Barry took a couple of ideas took some inspirations from Kingdom Hearts.
I wonder if he gets like bombarded with questions about it from Kingdom Hearts fans.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Thunder!
Poor guy.
Heal!
And there we go.
Wow, my mouse is not really reacting well tonight.
I can't help you with that.
No, I know. It's weird. Or maybe it's just this one specific surface of my disc. Oh yeah, there's a little liquid there.
Yeah.
Probably some spilled water. It's causing it.
And with that, we have upgraded Stop Magic.
Yes, I believe we have the max level.
That's right. Second level, I believe you got during Cup, one of the Cups.
No, we got the second level from winning one of the from the Winnie the Pooh world.
Oh. Oh, right. Ah, right. No sense.
Now let's board the gummy ship and go take on another boss. Of course, after de-equipping Pete and taking any items that anybody else happens to have on them. Because you probably won't be coming back to Neverland ever again unless for the Final Mix exclusive Heartless. Just so you can get
the synthesis items.
Yeah, get the synthesis ingredients.
But we don't need to see that.
Nope. We have a boss to fight.
Oh yeah. I don't know why they decided the Ice Titan should be stronger than the Rock Titan.
Well, now you've spoiled it.
Oh no! A whole 2 minutes of spoiling!
I know, I'm just giving you a hard time. Anyways, yes, we are about to fight the Ice Titan, and it's kind of, it's a solo Sora fight, and there are some preparations you'll want to make for this one, that you can see that I'm making here.
You should do stuff.
Yeah, basically what you'll want is, you'll want to put your combo abilities back on. You'll want Ragnarok. You will want some manner of healing item. It won't be completely necessary, but it is good to have in an emergency if you absolutely need it. And you will also want to be able to have your magic up as high as possible. And you'll also, one of the biggest thing is you'll want ice protection.
As much as you can.
Yeah. Now you could also instead of using Ragnarok, you could use Firaga, because he is an Ice Titan, he is weak to fire. So you could do that if you choose. I just choose to use Ragnarok because your MP gets restored so quickly in this fight. Also, you will not want to use Arrow.
Ever. Do it at your own peril.
Yeah, it basically just makes the battle infinitely worse. It makes it a giant pain in the butt. Now, also you'll want to, if you have the abilities that grant you additional tech points, you want to have as many of those on as possible. Because every time you guard one of the projectiles the Ice Titan throws at you, you get tech points for it. And if you have the maximum amount of tech point boosters on, you can get around, I think, at least 100 experience per projectile.
Oh wow.
And given that you'll be doing guarding those projectiles and knocking them back at the Ice Titan majority of the battle, that's a good amount of experience.
Mm-hmm. And you're definitely going to want to have your evasive abilities, dodge roll.
Oh, yes.
There's going to be a lot of dodging, too. Hey, Phil, we want to commit suicide. What's the most flashy way to do that?
This question mark battle.
Do you think it's question marks because Phil doesn't know who's coming?
I'm assuming so.
Did the Ice Titan register?
I don't think so. I think Hades just said, I'm gonna have this guy fight.
Make sure you save this slot in the arena schedule for me.
Gold match, Ice Titan.
You know, it's not really thematically appropriate for this to be the gold match. This should be silver.
Or platinum.
Yeah! And then they would make up another name for what is currently the platinum battle. I see you don't go into the stance for this.
Not yet. I start out the battle just facing him down.
That's like 100 points per ice shard.
Yep. Like I said, it's a good way to level up.
See ya.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Actually, I think this attempt. Normally I would use Ragnarok, but I think this attempt I was using another strategy, the Fyraga strategy that I talked about, that was told to me by my friend.
All right, what's the benefit of using Fyraga versus the Ragnarok?
You don't have to get up in his face.
I mean, that is nice.
Because at a certain point, he'll, like you saw, he'll just lean down.
Right.
But if you have MP, you can just do Fyraga. Ragnarok would require you to get up in his face. But
Well,
since we don't...
I mean, if you want to get in the physical hits before the laser, then yeah, you would.
But as you can see here, we don't have any more MP, so it doesn't really matter one way or the other.
For now.
Well, for the rest of the battle, I'll only have enough to cast Curaga. But
Don't you still have, like, healing items?
I do, but I prefer to use Curaga because unlike KH2, items aren't on the shortcut menu.
That's true.
Besides, my strength is way more than high enough for this.
Yeah, but I was just thinking... Oh, yeah, that's true. I was just gonna say that if you get your... I mean, you still have elixirs equipped, most likely. So you'd be able to get back your MP.
Yeah, I guess I just did not think about that.
This guy is not giving you much time to react here.
No, he is not.
Also, it's very good that there's no members of the crowd.
Indeed. Maybe it's a good thing they didn't put audience members in this game.
Oh, yep, spectators... You know, they may as well just not have even made stands. Considering that the spectators are always, like, right in danger. Like, it's all splash zone.
Exactly.
There's no part of this arena that's not splash zone. Although, with the Ice Titan, it's more like an avalanche zone. I think it's actually pretty cool that the Ice Titan makes himself a new foot every time he takes a step.
Yeah, it seems like he would have to.
Hooray, you leveled up and learned Berserk. That'll help you.
Well, the biggest part was that I got more MP right in the middle of battle. It's unfortunate that healing doesn't leveling up doesn't completely heal you.
No.
Because with the fact that my MP just increased, my fire spell now does a little more damage.
Yep. Oh wow, he didn't stay down for very long at all that time.
No, he stays down for dramatically less time each time he falls. So really, a majority of the damage you do to him will come from you not reflecting icicle spec at him.
Well, you're down to his last bar, or just above. Yeah, there we go. I think I remember when I was fighting the Titan back when I was playing. I completely wasn't paying attention to the fact that reflecting ice crystals actually did do damage to him.
Oh yeah, there's lots of people who'll say it's just as easy to just win the battle by only.
I wouldn't say that, considering that everything comes at you at once. But
well, yeah, I'm just saying
nice.
There are some people who do.
Yeah, well, good for them.
I mean, it is a if you are using him to level up, then it is somewhat of a nice way to do it because it means you get a little bit more experience because the only thing you're doing is reflecting icicles back at him. You're not taking advantage of when he falls down because that's less icicles you get to reflect because the battle goes because you're doing damage that isn't icicles.
Right. It looks like you're at a point in this game where you can basically tank all of the hits and just heal afterwards. Even though, yeah, with all like I guess the giant snowballs dropping on you from above, you just take it and then heal.
Yeah, pretty much. And now he's dead.
And he was never seen again. Kind of.
Now in vanilla there wasn't much to beating this beating Ice Titan. You just beat him and then that's it. But here in Final Mix you get a special reward for doing it. One of the better Keyblades in the game. To be honest, if I had to rank Keyblades in magical ability, I would say the top 3 goes from Ultima Weapon down to the Keyblade you get from here, then to Lady Luck. So
you'll be switching.
Oh yes.
Take that.
Diamond Dust, named after the attack from the Final Fantasy VII Final Fantasy summon Shiva.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, look at that MP increase.
Plus, it's not any shorter than Lady Luck.
Nope.
Even though it is pretty short.
Still, I don't care.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyways, next week we will finish the final remaining super bosses. 3 left, 2 down, 3 to go.
Hooray!
See you then.